They say the fog in Seattle doesn't just hide the buildings. It hides the things we choose to forget. Down here, in the belly of the Cobb apartments, you can feel that. This building has stood on Pike Street for over a century, a monument of stone and memory. And its basement, its archive, is where the forgetting happens. Every cold case file has a certain weight, a gravity, but this one, archive number 9, felt different, heavier. It was the case of Dr. Julian Sterling, found dead in his study January 7th, decades ago. I was just going through the motions, a rookie detective assigned to clear out the old physical files. But the first photo stopped me cold. The Laurelton. Even then, it looked like something out of a ghost story. A stone fortress of secrets perched on the hill. The report said the patrol officers found him during a welfare check. The room was sealed from the inside. A single, precise wound. No signs of a struggle. Everything was in its place. Everything except for one detail. A detail the first detective on the scene circled in red ink. Single ceramic mug on desk. Contents: black coffee. Still steaming. Steaming coffee. In a room that was as cold as a tomb. The heat had been off for days. It was a paradox. A ghost of warmth in a house of death. The lead investigator was a man named Elias Thorne. Thorne was a legend in the department. Old school. The kind of cop who saw the city's darkness in his sleep. His notes start out methodical, precise. Then his notes begin to change. He discovered what Dr. Sterling did for a living. He was a psychologist, a pioneer in the field of dissociative identity disorder. Thorne started digging into Sterling's patient files, and he found one. A patient with a violent, secondary personality. A personality that called itself the Shadow. The Shadow was described as a protector, a phantom born from trauma, utterly ruthless, utterly without a conscience. Thorne became convinced this shadow had somehow manifested and killed the doctor. But reading it down here, in this silence, it felt like a key. There were whispers back then about places you'd get sent. Places like the old Northern State Hospital. Places where the walls heard screams for 50 years. The final piece wasn't a report. It was a confession. A conversation. Thorne had found a transcript of Dr. Sterling's last session. The patient, the one with the shadow. His history matched Thorne's own. He was trying to kill the shadow, was there when he needed me. You can't kill a shadow. It just finds a new wall to cling to. He called me Elias. I am not Elias. It was him. Detective Elias Thorne was the patient. Dr. Sterling was his psychologist, trying to cure him. But the shadow wouldn't be cured. It saw the doctor as a threat, so it took control. It killed its own doctor, and then it made coffee. A final, intimate act of defiance. A warm goodbye in a cold, dead room. The shadow was gone, buried in an archive box in the basement of the Cobb. Forgotten. I slowly closed the folder. The air feels heavy and impossibly cold. I glance to the side at the empty space on the corner of my table, and I freeze. Sitting there where there was nothing a moment ago is a plain white ceramic mug. A thick, lazy curl of steam is rising from its dark surface. I'm the only one